What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video for you guys. This is a video that I always like to do at the end of the year, and this is the best of 2022. Now, I had all the products here that I loved in 2022, but it was a little bit too much. So I'm gonna focus on the things that I tried in 2022. I'll probably put some timestamps down below if you just want to see a specific category. I'm not gonna include my eyeshadow palettes. That's gonna be in a separate video, but I am gonna include some eyeshadow singles because I am an eyeshadow single girl and I love some good singles. Anyway, let's get cracking. I first want to talk about this beautiful plush ritual. It's called by Auric. I absolutely love this plush ritual. I don't know when I purchased this, but I did a review on Auric altogether. To prep my lips with this, my lips felt hydrated and smooth and plump. I used this overnight. I just really enjoyed using this and incorporating it into my routine, just my skincare routine. There's like a little gua sha, like a miniature gua sha in here for your lips. I thought that was a little bit too finicky. I didn't like using it because it's just like one extra thing to clean. So I always went in with a clean finger. I don't think I'm gonna repurchase this, but I do feel like it needed to be mentioned in this video because it was such a joy to work with. And I really like everything that Auric has put out so far. Then another, random category one. This is the Sarah Chapman London Skin Assist Eye Insurance SPF 30. I stumbled upon this because it was just like a gift with purchase. This one is crusted and dusted, and when things are like this, so when they look this horrid, it actually means that I'm using it a ton. So this has been going with me for traveling. It's perfect for a mom routine. There is a little bit of coverage in here. It's sort of an eye corrector slash eye insurance, eye SPF all in one. It's just been a really great product for me to use for my no makeup days. I don't necessarily need to set this, so I can imagine that for someone that has drier under eyes, that's just an amazing thing to have. I would have never thought to pick this one up. I checked online. The price of this is quite pricey, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's sort of worth it. I've really been enjoying this. It's almost finished. Like, I don't know how much I have left. Maybe like this much, like the last little bit. Compared to all of the other products that I'm gonna mention, this definitely, went through it with me. This is Mom Makeup 101. Let's talk primers. Now, to my shock and awe, I didn't have any primers in 2021 that I want to talk about. So I'm kind of shocked because that kind of means that I probably have bought all the primers that I have in my collection right now this year. And I bought a lot. My primer drawer is probably one of the busiest drawers ever, but I have some favorites. So on number one, my favorite primers from the same brand are these two by Chantecaille. Oh, these are so great. So okay, what sets them apart is of course the colors. So let me open them up so you can see what the colors look like. So here you have the anti-aging bronze face tint. I have no idea what this is called. Anti-aging face tint in sheer bronze. The lettering is actually off, and again, if I like a product, it's gonna be used, it's gonna look dirty, and this in general looks a little iffy, but it looks so beautiful. It looks so freaking beautiful on the face. I love just putting this on, and that's just my base. So no foundation, just putting this on, and that is it. I've even heard of people that are really fair in tone that still really love this. I think the key with this one is less is more. You really don't need a lot. And what I love about this is it's giving me bronzed, it's giving me glow, but it also diffuses my pores. Feels like skincare. So sometimes when you have these makeup skincare hybrids, you're kind of like, I don't know, whatever, skincare. But this one actually feels like skincare, oddly enough. I don't know if it does the anti-aging, but I look great in this. I use this a lot when I go to the office, and I get a lot of compliments when I wear this, and I tell people it's a really expensive primer because it is pricey, but it's so worth the money. Now, if I want to have the glow, but I don't want to have the bronze, then I like to go for the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. So this looks rose in the pots. I hate that they come in pots, but it is what it is. The product is so amazing, but it doesn't translate rose on your face. It gives you a little bit more of that extra inner glow. It also gives you that cooling sensation when it's on the face, just like the anti-aging face tint. And both of these have just been my number one primers to go to. If I wear these, I don't feel like I have to wear as much foundation or as much concealer if I don't have a, foundation day. I just feel like I can just wear this as a base and go out the door, maybe a little bit of mascara and of course a lip gloss, but then get out the door and go. If you can get these on a sale, I would highly recommend it. This has really changed, you know, my primer game, I feel. Since I have so many primers, I do have two honorable mentions. I have the Beaute CC Cream. This is not a new product of 2022, but there's a new shade. There were a few new shades, but this one is 2.5 Nude Glow. This is such a stunning product. It also gives a really nice coverage. It gives a really nice glow. And what I like about this product instead of the Charlotte Tilbury one is that it dries down. So it gives me that filtered effect. It dries down. It plays well with a lot of my other kind of glowy products. And it gives me a little bit of coverage. It just feels really nice. But there's one huge con which makes this an honorable mention and not a favorite. And that is it smells. It smells like roses. It's a little bit overwhelming. And when I say a little bit, it's like, it's really overwhelming. It's so unnecessary. I'm not sensitive to fragrances. I can handle fragrances, and sometimes I actually like having a little bit of fragrance in my products. I'm okay with it if the fragrance kind of dissipates. But this lingers. It's so strong. It's so unnecessary to have such a strong rose fragrance. Like, I actually like the Camellia, you know, the Chanel fragrance better than Rose. Rose kind of makes me feel like I'm matured, and I don't want to feel that way. So, beautiful product. The huge con is unfortunately it's scented to the brim. Then my other honorable mention is a repurchase of mine. I purchased a set of like a mini set. Is the Vieve Skin Nova primer. I've used this throughout the summer. I finished the entire, you know, tube that I had, and I did think about maybe repurchasing it because I loved it so much. But this has a gel-like texture. It also has a really great dry down. It plays well with all of my other makeup, and I also like to wear this on its own because it's not too glowy on its own. It kind of looks really natural. So I had really been enjoying this, and when I saw there was this kind of cute little trio with a lip oil and one of the highlighters, I figure I kind of want to have it. It was a good deal and really enjoyed it. This, by the way, has a really nice smell. Someone described it as a jasmine smell. Ooh, I really like it. So honorable mention because I used and abused it and actually finished one whole one earlier this year. Okay, so let's move on to complexion products. I have one complexion product that I want to talk about, that is the Le Beige Complexion Touch. Now, I love the original Le Beige Freshwater Tint way more than I love this one. And I had a hard time incorporating this in my routine because it's not my right shade. I am a BD, so like a beige doré shade. A BD 21 is my shade. And they didn't have that shade in this formulation. It has 3 times the amount of pigment in here. So you can definitely see that the undertone wasn't correct. It lacked that sheerness that the other one has. So I wasn't going to replace my freshwater tint in medium. What I have found is that I love using this as a concealer on my kind of no makeup days, and I've been a no makeup person this year. I definitely have toned down a lot on like wearing like heavy coverage makeup, and I've really been liking the kind of natural looking makeup, and this as a concealer, because it has kind of that warm peachy glow to it, oh, it's been so amazing to me. So I did want to demo that for you guys, and I want to mention that because it's not an amazing foundation or complexion product on me, but it's been amazing as a concealer. Then for foundation, I do have one foundation that I absolutely loved this year. I'm wearing it today and I think it looks so amazing, and that is the #1, the Chanel Revitalizing foundation. This I have in the correct shade, BD 21. This is a beautiful glowy medium coverage foundation, and my skin looks so amazing every time I wear it. This is the foundation that I like to use when I'm filming. I think I'm about halfway. I see the little pockets of air, and it's about underneath the Chanel logo. So for someone that doesn't wear a foundation every single day, this one is definitely getting some good use just because it's so beautiful on the skin. I did get this on a sale and it's so worth the money. Like, I would have paid full price on this just because how beautiful it is. This does have a scent, but this scent doesn't linger like the Beaute CC cream. This scent is very soft and It's very Chanel, like it's a Chanel scent. If you know what Chanel smells like, it smells exactly like that. Whereas the Complexion Touch, by the way, does not have a scent. Then for concealer, now we just talked about the Complexion Touch that I use as a concealer, but I do have one true concealer that I loved this year that's kind of been battling to be my #1 concealer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. I have mine in shade 5, and this is such a beautiful concealer. I love this concealer because of the formulation. There's barely any creasing underneath the eyes. It works well with all of my other products, and I got the right shade. I like this so much better than the foundation. The foundation was way too glowy, and I like to do my under eyes with this to have that kind of brightening under eye. Medium coverage concealer, very dependable. Love to bring this along. It's fighting with my Kosas to be #1, and I'm not even gonna bother to pick a #1. I've been loving this concealer, and if you haven't tried it yet, then maybe this is something for you. Let's move on to powders. So I love my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. That one is definitely, it's not the Flawless Filter, Flawless Airbrush. Anyway, the original Charlotte Tilbury powder, that one is just a ride or die for me. But I did compare some other powders to it, and some of them did stack up. One of the powders that I've really been enjoying this year is this one by Westman Atelier. I got mine in the shade Cream. This powder is just a really nice powder for underneath the eyes. I do feel like it holds up when it comes to my under eye area. It's not too cakey, so it really jives well with my concealer. I like the kind of cream skin fleshy color powders. I don't really like the white powders underneath my eyes because of the type of makeup that I like to do. So this one has really been one of my favorites to go to. I've been kind of hesitant to recommend this one because of the price, #1. And 2, some of my subscribers told me that they have one that hard pan on them. Therefore, I have been kind of holding back on recommending this one. Again, mine hasn't hard panned. It's just been a lovely powder. It holds up a little bit better underneath the eyes than my Charlotte Tilbury one, but my Charlotte Tilbury one filters more. Now for finishing powders, I want to mention this one. This is also the only face palette I'm going to be mentioning. This is the Hourglass Ambient Edits Locked. What are you called? Lighting Edit Unlocked in Elephant. I also got the Elephant insert, and these powders, so all of these powders, they just perform amazingly. This is the first time of me trying Hourglass. I've seen these palettes year after year come out, and this is the first time, I think because of the packaging, but also just because of the hype around it and the semi-customizable feature that this had. I just wanted to try it, and this powder in particular, as a finishing powder, I've been loving. The way that I use this palette and how I really enjoy using this palette is just to mix all the colors together. So if I want to have a glowy bronzer, I just mix a highlighter with the bronzer. I can mix the 2 blushes together to get a little bit more of a customizable blush. The combinations are endless, and I just wanted to mention that I've been really enjoying this face palette, and I think it's just ahead of all the other face palettes that I tried this year. This one is definitely one that I've been reaching for and reaching for again. And yes, the powders in here are absolutely stunning. The formulation in here is absolutely stunning. I'm not going to say that I'm going to buy these on a yearly basis. I feel like it's going to take me years to even go through this one, but I've been so happy to finally try this formulation because it's just so freaking good. I can't believe that it took me so long to try it. So the next category that I'm going to talk about is kind of like a big category, so I want to try to speed review through this one because I have so many and I couldn't condense it. I'm sorry. And it's my blush category. So I'm gonna start with my cream blushes. The 2 cream blushes that have really served me perfectly, beautifully, fine is this one by Westman Atelier. This is the shade Mimi. The Westman Atelier cream blush formula is one of my most used, one of the most amazing blush formulas to work with because it's just so easy to apply and so easy to blend out. And Mimi is that girl to me. Like, I've been loving combining these cream blushes together with my powder blushes for longevity. And this one, it works so well with all of my other products. You don't need to combine them, by the way, with other like powder blushes for them to hold. It's just my cheeks like to eat away at blushes, and that's kind of like the way that I've been using Mimi on its own together with my other blushes. The other amazing blush that I want to talk about is this one by Rose Inc in the shade Heliotrope. Now I did buy this last year, but only this year I feel like it kind of got in its, you know, stride. Blushes were a really big part of my makeup routine this year, and these 2 are just some favorites of mine when it comes to the cream category. Now, when it comes to the liquid category, I only have two to talk about, but I do really enjoy both of these, so I decided to just feature them really quickly. And that is, of course, the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes. I have one shade, and I've been loving this shade. It's just a really great shade. I have mine in shade Believe. I love to combine this with a liquid highlighter like you see on TikTok. It is long wearing. I don't need to use a powder with this one. This is just a really great blush formulation, and it's the first time of me trying it in 2022. I know I'm late with the game, but I just wanted to mention it. I absolutely am in love with this little blush. Then I did try one of the Le Beige Chanel blushes. I have mine in the shade Warm Pink. This blush is a little finicky, but it is long wearing on me, and I just really like the finish. Again, when you go for that no makeup feel, this one is sort of perfect with that. You don't really need a lot. You kind of just like not even need to squeeze down completely. You need to squeeze down a tiny little bit, and that's enough to cover both cheeks and then some. I like the blush formulation. It kind of like loses out to my creams because it's a little finicky, but I just love the finish of it. Then let's talk powder blushes. Now that's gonna be a huge category, and I did decide to rank them. The ranking number 4 powder blush is this one by RMS. This is the RMS ReDimension's Hydra powder blush in Maidens blush. This is such a really great blush formulation. Unfortunately, why it's ranking at number 4, even though I absolutely love the finish, I love the glow on this as well. I've been loving the blush. It's just unfortunate that it isn't so long lasting. It is my most luminous out of all of them. So for those of you that don't like to wear highlight, but you do like a blushy highlight moments, that's a really great one. And on number 3, this is such a great blush formulation, and I cannot believe this is the first time me trying it out. I tried one of the Mcgrath blushes. These are called the Skin Fetish Divine Blush, and I got mine in shade Nude Venus 2. It also has a little bit of a sheen to it, and not as much as the RMS one, but it's not a flat matte, which I love. And it's a little harder pressed in the pan than I imagined, but it's just, this is an amazing blush formulation. I'm sold. I totally get the hype, but only this year I definitely felt like I came into my blush game because I know what type of blushes that I like and what type of blushes that I enjoy applying. And Nude Venus 2 was just that girl to me. And I want to talk about the Suqqu blushes. These are harder to get. I got mine from Cult Beauty. I hear you could only get this through UK retailers, and not all the shades are available, but this blush in 09, it's Chantecaille, is just, oh my word, it's so good, guys. So this is a melting powder blush, so it's sort of like a cream slash powder blush. It likes to perform as a powder, but there's so many like emollients in here that it lays down like a cream. It looks natural. It's so beautiful. I did get 2 colors. I also got number 8. And number 8 is a little bit more bricky red and has been serving me well during the fall season. Both of these are amazing. I would love to get more, but they're a little hard to get, and therefore also a little hard to recommend, because I don't feel like recommending products that you guys can get. I know that there's a little bit of a frustration there, but if you can get your hands on these Suqqu blushes, I 100% would recommend them because they're so good. They really are as good as people describe them to be. I just love how they wear. I love how they look. Then for my number 1 blushes this year are the Gucci blushes. There's just so much to love here. Let's first talk packaging. I'm adoring the packaging. It's cute. It feels kind of vintage. And when you open them, it's even cuter. There's a little mirror. This color, Rosy Beige, is the one that I've been using the most. And I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing it on top of my Westman Atelier Mimi stick. I like these blushes. I have 2 of them. I would love to have more of them. These compacts, by the way, are refillable. I also have this stunning color. I love that they're not a flat matte. They have a sheen to them like all of the blushes that I've been enjoying this year. I don't know what else to say than I truly love these. And if you haven't tried them out yet, I would highly recommend trying them out. I hope they come out with more colors. So for contour, I love my Westman Atelier contour stick. It's my 2021 favorite and probably my 2022 favorite if I'm going to be completely honest, but one that came pretty close this year is this one by Makeup by Mario. It's the one that I'm wearing today. It's just a really nice formulation. I feel like formulation wise there's so close. They're so close. This one is a little larger. You get a little bit more product. The packaging is a little cheaper. I also hate that every time I want to open this, I open this side first. So that makes me just want to throw this at a wall. I got mine shade light medium, if anyone was wondering, and it kind of, it's not the packaging that's the reason that I like the Westman Atelier more, but the color is a little bit more bronze toned, and I kind of want a true contour color sometimes. Nevertheless, it's been one of the best contour products that I tried in 2022, and I feel like it's worth a mention. But the best contour product that I tried in 2022, also by the same brand, this Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer is just, it's everything. Many people use this as a bronzer. I use it as sort of a bronzer contouring situation. I don't want to have a lot of steps when I do no makeup days. You know, I've hit pan on this a lot, like not even a little bit, not like a cute little pan. I've been using this a lot off camera. You can barely make any mistakes with this. It adds color to the face. It does a little bronzing, and it's just a really easy product to use. It's not really great for a full face of makeup, so I didn't use it today. But 100%, this one is the best one that I've tried in 2022. Then for cream bronzers, the debate was between two of my bronzers that I tried this year. We have the Rare Beauty Stick in Happy Soul, and we have the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Bronzer in the shade medium. I tried both of these on the face, and I feel like everything in my body is saying that I should love the Charlotte Tilbury one more. There's more products, even for like bang for your buck, like gram per dollar or whatever. This is a better deal. It has a huge mirror. It's just a really big daddy. It sits on the skin well. It's a little stiff in formulation, so it does stay on longer than some of my more emollient products. And I have been loving this, but I'm gonna give the win to Rare Beauty just because it is in a stick. I've been really enjoying this and using this way more. This is how much I've already used, and used to be domed. Happy Soul is a really great bronzer shade. This one leans a little bit more red toned than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but like I said, sometimes things get incorporated into my collection just because they're easier in use, and this one's just been so easy to use. And for powder bronzer, I only have one that I want to talk about. This one wins for what I tried in 2022, and it's the Chanel Le Beige Overstuffed Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed powder, and I got mine in shade medium. So many people have complimented me on it. People have asked me what eyeshadow I was wearing when I was just wearing this in the crease. And what I like about this bronzer is that there is a sheen to it. I haven't been really into highlighters, but I've been loving into bronzed, glowy bronzers, glowy blushes to mimic that kind of natural highlight feel. And this one gives me just that. If you can still get your hands on it, I'll make sure to link it down below, because this is honestly my favorite bronzer, and I've been loving using this also just as an eyeshadow. I hope to hit pan on this soon. I feel like I'm really well on my way. Then for highlighters, I am not really into a full-blown highlight moment anymore. I feel like highlighters are gonna make a comeback in 2023, but I'm not sure if I'm ready yet. At the same time, I have a few highlighters that if I did want to have a little bit of glow, these serve me well for a kind of natural highlight. And the first product is the cream product that I want to talk about, is the Westman Atelier Peau de Santé Super Loaded Tinted Highlight. So this is sort of like a blush highlight in one. It's beautiful. I love this formulation. I have Peau de Pêche as well. I like Peau de Pêche a little bit more, but this one is really great for, again, a natural makeup day. It wears really beautifully. And if there's anything that you want to try out the brand and you don't know where to start when it comes to Westman Atelier because it's so expensive, I would start with that one. Super Loaded Tinted Highlights are definitely the one to beat. Then for a liquid highlighter that I tried this year is this one by Charlotte Tilbury, the Pillow Talk Light Wand, Beauty Light Wands. I love that the Beauty Light Wands are having a moment again because of TikTok. It looks beautiful on the skin. It looks both natural, but also looks like you're wearing makeup. It's just not too overpowering to the face. I'm well on my way on finishing it. This is just a really great color. Just a really nice thing to have. It's been serving me well. I don't know what else to say. It's just a really great liquid highlighter. If you're looking for one, I think this one is better than the Rare Beauty one, and I would love to repurchase this one. Then for my two powder highlighters, I have them on the face because these two have served me so well. So this is the La Bouche La Lumiere highlighter. There's only one, and I've been loving this highlighter this year, guys. La Bouche Rouge has some really great products, and the highlighter is one you shouldn't skip over. This is just a really nice champagne, almost fleshy toned highlighter, and I put it on this side. It's a true highlighter if you ask me. So this is definitely for those of you that like a good highlighting moment but don't want to have it to be like full of glitter, because there are no glitter particles in here. I love using this as an eyeshadow as well. I love using this on the high points of my face. It's just a really great highlighter that I love to wear when I do a full beat of makeup. Now the other highlighter technically is a powder by Chanel, and if you can't recognize this, let me do a photo on the side of how this used to look. This is the Red Camellia highlighter by Chanel. This one came with a brush. By the way, the brush is also freaking awesome. I use the brush all the time. It's an expensive highlighter. It looked beautiful. Mine doesn't anymore, but it doesn't look beautiful anymore because I've been using it so much. I love this formulation. This is the best highlighter that I tried in 2022. And potentially the best highlighter that I will have ever. Like, it's a bold claim, but I freaking love this. It just looks, I don't know, radiant. When people ask me like what I'm wearing as a highlighter, it's usually this one. So I got a lot of compliments on it. I love this all over the face. I love this as a highlighter, and I'm super upset that Chanel discontinued it. I should have bought two. Like this, I know this was expensive, but I'm really like, I should have bought two. Like not just for photos, because now I'm kind of like, oh, I should have like bought one for like aesthetic purposes. But if I run out of this highlighter, I'm gonna be a little upset. Chanel did have a holiday collection that they just launched that has the same formulation of this but not the same color, and I decided to skip on that one because I like this highlighter so much. I didn't want it in a deeper tone. This is the one that I wanted. It's nice to know that Chanel at least will bring back the formulation, because the formulation is what's making this so amazing. But both of these are absolutely amazing, and I would recommend both of these. One, La Bouche Rouge, and two, Chanel. Then the highlighter-ish product that I want to talk about, I didn't know where to put this one, but it's sort of like a highlighter blush eyeshadow, is the Chantecaille Chicken Eye shade in the shade Ray. I've been loving this. This is also a limited edition product, and also check out what it used to look like versus how it looks like right now. So this is a formulation that you can easily work with wet. If you have a wet brush, you just dig into it and you can really get some great color payoff. I did add this on top of everything just to create a little bit more warmth. It's shiny and there's warmth in here. I'm in love with this. This was hella expensive, but this one is definitely worth it. Like all through summer, I put it over the eyes, I put it over the cheeks. When I didn't want to wear bronzer, I just put this everywhere. And again, you use that same Chanel brush with that, put it over the high points of your face, and you're good to go. So my battery died and I am back. Where was I? Okay, I think I just finished everything complexion, and I wanted to move on to eye products. First, I want to mention an eyebrow product that I've been really liking this year. It's the only eyebrow product that I want to put in this video that I tried this year. I tried a few. I love my Gucci eyebrow pencil, by the way, but that one's completely finished, and I've replaced it with this Patrick Ta Major Brow Defining Pencil, and I have mine in the shade dark brown. Just so narrow and thin and easy to use. It stays on all day. I really just like this eyebrow pencil, and it's the only one that I tried this year that I definitely feel like it's worth a mention. It's a favorite. I love it. It's replaced most of my eyebrow pencils products, and I kind of just want to reach for this one. I love reviewing eyeshadow palettes. I do. I love mini eyeshadow palettes. I'm not really big on the bigger palettes, so you won't see a lot of bigger palettes on my channel, but you will see, I think in the future, you'll see a lot of these single one and done shadows. In no particular order, I wanted to mention one of these Auric Smoke Reflex. The one that I've been loving is the shade Defiance. So it's like it's a dual shadow. So there's this cream, and it's just a really great one and done cream. Now, if you want to jazz it up a little bit, there is a topper shade on the top of this, and the topper shade makes for a very beautiful wet looking eye. And if you use them together, you get this multi-dimensional eyeshadow look that it makes it look like you have more eyeshadows on your eyes, but you just have the single pot. I really like this formulation. It stays on really well compared to some of its competitors. And lately I've been so lazy in putting in an eyeshadow primer. For a lot of the eyeshadows that, especially these potted shadows, I really need an eyeshadow primer, but who's got the time, you know? Another one that I want to mention that comes in a pot is this one by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Exagger Eye Eyes to Mesmerize. I've been loving this one as well. This is such a good color. Now this is definitely an eyeshadow that likes to crease on me. And this is kind of like what the Auric does, but all in one. So there's glitter particles in here. It's a really nice base color. And when I wear this, my lid just looks wet. It looks so beautiful. This is a more oily, or at least a more slippery formulation, so a very thin veil is how I use it, and I have to use it with an eyeshadow primer of some type. The one that I love using is my Smashbox 24-hour photo eye primer. Oils just stay at bay. All my shadows work perfectly with it, and I've been using that one for years. It's actually time to get maybe a new eyeshadow primer, but I still have been loving that one, and that's what I use underneath this shadow. Since we're still on the Charlotte Tilbury train, I want to mention these two shadows. These are two pop shots. They're limited edition, and this came out for the holiday collection. I have two of them, and I like both of these. Sometimes people ask me about the other colors, but honestly, these two are perfect for me because I like these type of tones. I have Rose Gold and Dazzling Diamonds. It's not called Dazzling Diamond, is it? It's called Diamond Eyes. I have Rose Gold and Diamond Eyes, and I love both of them. Rose Gold is just a little bit more just base pigments, but it gives you a very beautiful metallic-like effect. Whereas Dazzling Eyes, kidding, Diamond Eyes, why do I keep on saying that wrong? Is just pure glitter. And I think that Rose Gold complements me a lot, but for some reason I like Diamond Eyes a lot to just throw over eyeshadows. I'm wearing it right now on top of the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing, and I like this one. This one gives me so much joy. Yeah, there is some glitter fallout, I'll be completely honest with you. There is a lot of glitter fallout, but the effect of this eyeshadow is so fun and just so bright that I keep on returning to them. If I want to do a day eye, Rose Gold is the one for me. It's kind of the one that I like to use if I have to go somewhere quickly. So I do really enjoy using it. I enjoy using all of these, and I clearly have a particular style of makeup that I like. Quickly, I do want to also talk about these two. These two are highly featured on my channel. These are the Liquid Lyrics by Lisa Eldridge and the Victoria Beckham Beauty Lid Lusters. I have dedicated videos on all of them. I have nearly all of the Liquid Lyrics, but I have all of the Lid Lusters. The one that came out this year from the Lid Lusters is the shade Velvet, and this is just such a beautiful olive tone shade. I love these Lid Lusters because look at that. How can you not fall in love with a shade that's that metallic on the eyes? They do apply a little chunky, but the moment you start rubbing them out, they become these almost metallic type of base pigments, really opaque base pigment eyeshadows, but you look like you have multiple shadows on your eyes when you wear them. And then when you go into like synthetic lighting, you actually see little sparkles all over the place, and it looks so beautiful. Then you have the Liquid Lyric shadows. I just picked one out of the bunch. This is one of the newer ones called Cressida, and these also have a great base pigment. They're probably the easiest shadows to work with when it comes to liquid shadows because you can apply them with like the wand itself, with your finger, with a brush, and you can layer them. I definitely wouldn't go over 3 layers of these, but you don't need to. They have really great opacity, and it kind of just looks like it's base pigment, but then when you rub it out, you see that there are a lot of kind of little tiny micro glitter flecks in there, which if they do catch the light, it looks really beautiful. Now if you wear Cressida with one of the other pigments, I bet it's super beautiful, but I love Cressida as an inner corner highlight. It's probably one of the best inner corner highlights that I have in my collection. It is a newer one. The ones that I use a lot from Lisa Eldridge are Angelica and Emily, so check out my videos if you're interested in all of the colors that they have and have to offer, because I love this formulation, especially if you like the same, like one and done quick eyeshadow look. The Lisa Eldridge formulation is a really great one to look at. Then of course, when we have liners, I feature the Victoria Beckham Beauty liners all the time, the Satin Kajals. They come out with new colors all the time. This year they came out with the jewel ones. I'm not really into the jewel ones. They didn't really perform well on me, especially Golden Lame. Took a random shade, but this is the shade Bordeaux. And what I like about these is they're kind of like an eyeshadow base because you can use them as a liner, smudge them out, and they just smudge for dang ever. This to shape your eyeshadows with, to build underneath your eyeshadows, is absolutely stunning. This is what makes them workhorses in my collection and why I continue on using them, even though they are a very oily, like emollient formulation. Then for new eyeliners that I tried this year and I'm absolutely loving are these by Hourglass. And I've been using them both, even for this eye look. I love both of them. Solstice is more of a shiny color, so more of a metallic, and Cave is just a matte brown. But these feel emollient, so when you actually apply them, they're so soft and they're gonna be as emollient as maybe like a Satin Kajal by Victoria Beckham Beauty, but these set down way more, so they don't hurt your eyes when you apply them. It's really easy to use, and then they set down, so I can use this as a liner more so than I can use the Victoria Beckham Beauty ones as a liner. So these, I sometimes do a little wing with it. I put it in my waterline. There is a tiny little bit of smudging, but not too bad at all, especially if you take care of your makeup, so you use powders, primers. This one can stay for a long time. You know, it is what it is, but in terms of liners, probably the best find of this year, and I've been really enjoying these. Then mascaras, I only have two that I truly want to mention in this video. One that has served me all year is this one by Rare Beauty. This is a smaller one, but it's lasting me a freaking long time. I love this Rare Beauty one. I actually honestly didn't think it was gonna get any better than this. It has a really nice big wand. It coats my lashes really well. It adds volume, it adds length. Honestly, I didn't think it was gonna get any better than this. I knew this product was gonna be in this video, but I did recently purchase this mascara. This is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara, and I was curious about this one. Everybody kept on saying this is such a good mascara. It's like the best they've ever tried. I believe it's a tubing mascara, which I love. I love good tubing mascaras, and I kind of wanted to see this head to head. I didn't think there was one that's gonna beat my Rare Beauty one, and this one is beautiful. Now, the one thing that I really love about this mascara, other than the fact that it's a tubing mascara, is the wand. So it has that kind of banana wand, and it's shaped like that, so you can really get close to the lash line. It looks like I have eyeliner on when I wear this. It's performing about the same when it comes to length and volume, but yeah, it's as good as my Rare Beauty one. I've been loving this. I've been loving both of these. They're so good. First lip liner that I want to talk about is this one by Natasha Denona. It's so small because I've been using it non-stop, and this is in the shade Color. This is basically my lip shade, and that's why I've been using it. I've been loving using just a lip liner and then going on with a gloss. Another one that I've been loving this year is this one by Hindash. This is a lip tone in Hush. This is sort of a peachy nude color, and it's just going well with a lot of my nudes. It goes well with some of my peach tone lipsticks. It's just a really nice staple lipstick to have, and it's an odd color because it's sort of that peachy color, but one I've been really enjoying, so I felt it was worth a mention. And the lip liner that probably should win like the best is this one by Rare Beauty. So I tried the Rare Beauty kind where it's lip liners and lipstick, and the lip liners are definitely a win for me. This shade Bold is a shade that I have been using a lot of with a lot of my lip glosses. So I've been using this all over the lips and then going over with a pink toned gloss. So those were the lip liners. Let's talk lipsticks. In no particular order, I'm gonna try to do bullet lipsticks first and then I'll go on to glosses. But the lipstick that I want to recommend that goes well with the Lisa Eldridge Cinnabar liner is this one by La Bouge Rouge. This is such a beautiful color. This is the color Nude Red, and it's kind of Cinnabar but then in a different formulation. This is the satin formulation. I also love that you can get this in a customizable packaging. There is a little mirror on the bottom, and I love this satin formula. I really have been enjoying this lipstick. I would love to get a little bit more of the lipsticks, but they're quite pricey if you want to get the casing as well. Then the lipstick that probably is my most used. This one is almost finished, so this is definitely, if I had to pick one favorite of this year, it's probably this one. This is as much as I have left, and it's the Chantecaille. It's like a lip balm. It's called like the Lip Tint Hydrating Balm, and this is a shade Sunflower. Sunflower. I'm absolutely in love with this formulation. I thought the Victoria Beckham Beauty lipsticks were going to be like this, so I was deeply disappointed that they weren't up to par. So when I tried this formulation, I fell head over heels in love since the first time I tried this. I tried this on camera and I said it in that video, I'm in love. I think it's totally worth the money, and it's almost finished. This is beautiful. What a beautiful formulation from Chantecaille. Another lipstick formulation that I absolutely am in love with, by Dior. Yes, I have two of them. These are semi-customizable lipstick. You can get the refill like this, and then you can get a beautiful lipstick case. Now this is a limited edition case from the Mille Fiori collection, the Miss Dior collection, and I had to get it. This is also the Miss Dior lipstick color. It's not my favorite color. My favorite color is the one that I'm wearing right now, and that is 717 Patchwork. And this is the regular casing that it comes in. This is such a nice hydrating formulation. It feels so hugging on the lips. There is a bit of shine, but it's not too much. The pigment is nice. I would love to get more shades. Love to get more shades. I would love to get all the casings. Yes, they are quite pricey, but I enjoy them. When I see them in my collection, I get giddy. I feel like, oh, you know, I'm so in love with my own casing. It's stupid, but it's just the little things. It's the same goes for my Le Bouge Rouge. When I see this case, I'm excited. I'm in love with it. Let's move on to some bullet lipsticks. Of course, I tried more from Lisa Eldridge this year, so I want to quickly mention those. I finally tried the Luxuriously Lucent formula. I have mine in the shade Meet Me at Berlin, and I have another velvet lipstick, Velvet Sorcery. I feature both of these lipsticks in videos where I talk about my lipstick collection or my eyeshadow collection. So there are videos out there of me demoing these, but I like both of these formulations. I think Lisa Eldridge is still one of the pioneers of the market when it comes to their velvet formula, but I also really enjoy the Luxuriously Lucent formula because it feels very balmy on the lips and hydrating feeling. It feels like it's nourishing. Two final ones that I want to mention is this one. This is a limited edition packaging one, a kissing formula by Charlotte Tilbury. This year I didn't buy a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I wanted to just keep it, you know, to a minimum because I wasn't wearing lipsticks too much, but this one I had to get. This is Island Dream. This lipstick together with a brown liner is just perfection on me. Also a nice hydrating formulation, the kissing formula. It's not matte. Then let's move on to more of a lip plumper. I got the shade Honey Glow from the Moisture Glows by Makeup by Mario. I was interested in this formulation because they were so hyped up, and Makeup by Mario currently is doing pretty well for me. I like the brand. I like what the brand has to offer, and this Honey Glow is just probably the most intense shine on the lips than all of the other ones that I talked about. It feels plumping. If you're not into that, then this one isn't for you. It does have some base pigment. It's not too bad, but I like this for the incredible high shine that it gives and the plumping feeling that it gives. I personally do like the plumping feeling, but I can imagine that everybody's into that. Then last but not least, the only gloss formulation that I want to talk about this year, I think I've tried them this year, or at least they they launched more colors this year, are the Posh Glosses by Victoria Beckham Beauty. I featured these multiple times on my channel. I've talked about these, so anyone who is subscribed, I feel like you guys are already sick of me talking about these, but I pulled the three colors that I like the most. So these are Tan Line, Poolside, and Aperitivo. And if you want to have a great liner with Aperitivo, that's the Bold by Rare Beauty. This combination is absolutely stunning. Also, the Chantecaille lip balm with bold liner is also such a stunning combination. But these are the three that I've been using the most, not including the ice, so the clear one. I've been using that a lot as well. But I wanted to talk about the tinted formulation first because, you know, a clear gloss, not everybody can get excited about. The feeling on the lips, so the kind of nourishing feeling on the lips stays on for such a long time that when I'm walking my dog in this weather, winter weather, my lips feel nourished and not chapped. Whereas with some other balmy formulations, sometimes it goes away so quickly. These are a true gloss though, so they're not balms, they don't feel balmy, but they're not sticky either. It's just a really nice true gloss, non-sticky, long-wearing, hydrating formulation. You do need to reapply. A gloss is a gloss. Even though the pigmentation is gone from your lips, the feeling of hydration has not been gone from the lips. So it continues on doing its magic on the lips, even though the pigment isn't there anymore, which is why I love them so much. Also, this is glass. It feels luxe. I like Victoria Beckham Beauty's aesthetic. Anyway, guys, I think that's the entire video done. This is definitely gonna be a long video. For 2023, I'm gonna try to purchase less. I'm a small channel and I tried so much makeup this year that it kind of intimidates me a little bit, but I want to purchase a little bit less and I want to purchase a little bit smarter. Anyway, like this video if you liked anything about this video. Comment down below if you want to just nerd out about makeup. Subscribe to my channel if these are any of the brands that you like, because these brands I do feature on my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!